Hey guys, welcome back to Enlightened Turtle. It's your host Kev here. So today we're going to be taking a look at an ancient love story between Iseult and Tristan. So please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's get straight into it. Iseult, sometimes Isolde, was an Irish princess, and the story of her love for Tristan was extremely popular in medieval times. The Celtic myth of Tristan and Iseult originated in Britany and was retold in almost every European country. It became attached to the Arthurian stories by the later addition of Arthur to the myth. Iseult, a beautiful woman with wonderful golden hair, cured the young orphan Tristan of a wound inflicted in the side, a lingering ailment similar to the one afflicting the maimed king in the story of the Grail. On Tristan's arrival in Cornwall, his uncle, King Mark, wanted to name the young man his successor, but the nobles objected to this arrangement, so the king said that he would marry only the girl to whom belonged the golden lock of hair a swallow had just dropped. Sir Tristan, recognising the hair as belonging to Iseult, suggested to his uncle that he should go on his behalf and ask for her hand in marriage. Disguised as a Cornish trader, Sir Tristan arrived in Ireland only to find the country being terrorised by an enormous crested serpent, a giant dragon. Realising that the best way to advance King Mark's suit would be to slay this monster, Sir Tristan sought out the lair and fought it. Although he just managed to overcome the dragon, its poisonous breath weakened him temporarily, and an impostor claimed to have won the contest. Iseult and her mother, however, suspected trickery and discovered the injured young knight. While they were nursing Sir Tristan back to health, Iseult noticed that his sword had a piece missing, exactly like the fragment of metal found in the head of Morholt, the Irish champion. Sir Tristan had mortally wounded him on the last occasion the Irish tried to collect tribute from Cornwall. Iseult wanted to kill Sir Tristan in revenge, but she found that her heart would not let her wield the sword against him. It came as a shock then, on his recovery, that Sir Tristan asked for Iseult on behalf of the king. When her own father readily agreed to the marriage as a means of restoring good relations between Ireland and Cornwall, Iseult was deeply upset, but her cunning mother gave Iseult's maid, Brangani, a love potion, which, if drunk on the night of the wedding, would make the couple love each other forever. All would have been well had not Tristan accidentally drunk the potion and given some to Iseult on the journey to the king's court. Iseult did marry the Cornish king. On the wedding night, under the cover of darkness, Brangani took her place in the royal bed so that the king would not suspect a thing. For a time the lovers managed to meet in secret, but like the love of Guinevere and Lancelot, who we shall cover in a later video, they were eventually discovered, as they were, funny enough. It happened that one day, King Mark found them asleep with Sir Tristan's sword between them, but he decided not to slay them there and then. Instead, he exchanged Sir Tristan's sword for his own and left them sleeping. Overcome by the mercy shown by his uncle, Tristan persuaded Iseult to return to her husband, and he left for a voluntary exile in Britany. In Britany, Sir Tristan married without happiness, and on several occasions he returned to Cornwall in disguise and secretly met Iseult again. But war took up most of his energies and time. A serious wound forced Sir Tristan to send for Iseult. and it was agreed that Iseult should indicate her imminent arrival with a white sail. Jealous of the reunion of the lovers, Sir Tristan's newly Breton wife said a ship with a black sail had been sighted. Tristan lost the will to live and threw himself on his sword before Iseult could land and reach his bedside. Iseult followed him into death shortly afterwards, and thus concludes the end of the tale. So there we have it, guys. That's the ancient tale that was popularised in medieval times of Iseult and Tristan. Now, what's interesting is just at the end there, it makes reference to the black sail and a white sail. Now, I like finding these correlations in ancient stories and mythologies, but the interesting part about that is, if people are familiar with the works of like the ancient Greeks, then they'll know that there was the king Aegeon or King Aegeon, who, waiting on the return of his son, had a similar situation where he was supposed to fly a white sail, but unfortunately the sailors forgot and his son forgot, and he flew a black sail on returning. The king obviously was waiting on his son's return, and after seeing this black sail, threw himself off a cliff into the sea, and thus that's how we got the Aegean Sea. That's how it got its name. So yeah, I'm sorry to go off on a bit of a tangent at the end of the video there, guys, but I do find it, like I say, very fascinating, all this correlation and intersecting of stories. It's almost like there's a finite number of tales, or I don't know, like they come from the same root, if that makes sense, even though they are different branches on the same tree. But again, sorry to go off topic, I'll leave that there. I hope you enjoyed this one, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.